How you guys doing today? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. So I just want to do a quick update on the car accident from yesterday. Me and my dad drove over there this morning. Um, all the debris was gone. They were done investigating. The road was open, but we looked at it and it looked like it wasn't the guy in the truck's fault. It was actually the motorcycle's fault because you could see the guy was driving east on the road, the truck, and right all of a sudden in his lane you just see like all the oil start going off from his truck and the skid mark, and it looks like he came over on the right side of his shoulder and he merged around, and that's when he hit the motorcyclist on the right hand side of the road on his side of the road. So I'm thinking the motorcycle came on his side of the road and hit him, or got hit I should say. um, so I didn't want to assume anything yesterday about what exactly happened. I was just mad that he left, regardless. So to continue what I was saying, sorry, I'm in the motorhome now. This is the inside if I haven't showed you already. Yeah. So anyways, back to the accident. So yeah, even though it wasn't his fault, if the facts lean to the motorcycle came into his direction and he couldn't go around him and hit him, obviously, that's fine, okay? Shit happens. But he didn't stop. That's the part that makes me so angry, is he didn't stop and he left the guy in the road to die. Now, he may have been dead instantly, because that's a pretty big force on somebody. I'd imagine he probably had some major brain damage. I pretty much think he broke all his bones, probably broke his spine, stuff like that. So as time goes on from yesterday to today, my dad's told me some bits and pieces about what's going on. He didn't sleep a lot last night, which is kind of, it's not like him, so I'm pretty sure he's pretty affected by it. I was kind of affected by it too. But he was pretty passionate about it, obviously, because he was in the moment. But he got to where the guy stopped, and my dad got in his face, was yelling at him, where the hell do you think you're going? He kept saying, oh, it wasn't my fault, blah, blah, blah. So my dad's like, yeah, okay, whatever. If it's not your fault, it doesn't matter. You don't leave a man in the middle of the street that hits you to die. Like, it's just not normal for a human to do that. Like, that's why I think there was alcohol-induced decisions to not stop. Because I think he was drunk. So was my dad. Because my dad stopped talking to him, he was furious. He walked away from him before anything else happened. But he called his buddy and he said, hey, this is what happened, and I had a couple beers, but it wasn't my fault. He came into my lane. So there was definitely alcohol involved, but I don't think that the alcohol like initially caused the accident. He happened to had alcohol in his system when this accident happened. And it wasn't per se like it happened because of the alcohol, I'm trying to say. So I don't know. It's just not normal to me. I haven't been put in that situation, but if a motorcycle hit me head on like that, my airbag goes off. There's blood all over the airbag. I looked in the truck, and there's just blood all over the airbag. The airbag deploys. Your front left tire gets smashed underneath the frame of your truck, and you're dragging the tire underneath it. And the whole left side of your truck is smashed. And you still drive half a mile and manage to turn right off a road and stop. Like, you would think you would stop right then. Which doesn't make any sense. That's why it doesn't make any sense to me, is why didn't he just stop? I don't know if he was scared. I'm pretty sure he was scared. But I think the reason why he ran was because he had alcohol in his system. But if he would have stopped, this is where he messed up. Because I thought it was his fault. So he would be looking at manslaughter, he was looking at hit and run, and he'd be looking at DUI. So there's like 3 felonies right there. But since it wasn't his fault, he's not getting manslaughter. So there's 2 felonies, hit and run and DUI. Now, if he would have stopped and said, hey, I had a couple beers, but this is what happened, maybe that DUI would have maybe calmed down a little bit, and he wouldn't have gotten hit and run because he wouldn't have left. So he could have gone from 3 felonies to maybe like a misdemeanor or something like that, and went from like life in prison to maybe a couple years in prison. So he really just screwed himself. So I don't know. That guy is looking for some serious time for sure. I don't really know anything about. I might be totally off with all this. I have a criminology class, but I'm not like I don't know what I'm talking about completely. Just know a little bit about stuff. But so that's my rant for today. Um, it's over with now. Just something we can remember, just the past and move forward, I guess. But that guy really dug himself in a hole for sure with what he decided to do and his choices he made. So, yeah, that's pretty sad. So, I hope you guys have a good Mother's Day. Appreciate your moms as much as you can. Um, all my friends go out and buy their moms a bunch of stuff, like expensive earrings and all this crap. And all I do every year is, I'm not trying to brag, but I buy her a card. This year I put a picture of me and her when I was like 4 years old on a horse, and she was riding the horse with me. I put a picture of that in the card, and I wrote her a very deep and thoughtful message in the card, and she gets emotional every single time. And that, to me, is what it's all about. Not buying her a bunch of stuff and saying, "Oh, thank you, I like this stuff," but making her emotional about what you say in your words. That's a lot deeper than just buying her a bunch of gifts. Same thing with the girlfriend. If you give her a card that means a ton in words and you write it very thoughtfully and you give it to her and she gets a very huge emotional reaction to it, I think that's a better gift than going out and buying her a bunch of jewelry or flowers and she's like, "Oh, thank you for all this stuff you bought me." I think it's a more significant gift and it means more in words to take the time and write it out thoughtfully. So that's what I think. But I don't know. It's up to you guys. It's all your different discretions. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great Mother's Day. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, see you later. Stay safe.